Holybird Education and Publishing Company presents Smart Listening and Speaking. Read by Tanya Cunningham. Copyrighted by Holybird Publishing. Book 2. Lesson 1. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Getting up early on the weekend. My name is Eva, and I want to tell you about getting up early on the weekend. Many people find it difficult to get up early on the weekend because they are tired after a long week at school. However, early morning is often the most beautiful part of the day. I love to go walking with my parents in the forest when the sun is rising. The coolness and quiet of the morning feels really magical. The sound of birds chirping is also one of my favorite sounds. Lesson 2. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information below. My name is Beatrice. My favorite place in my city is the downtown shopping area. A noisy place I like is amusement parks, and a quiet place I like is the seaside. My favorite place I have traveled to is Thailand, and I love going to movies with friends. Lesson 3. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Learning how to bake. My name is Sam, and I want to talk about learning how to bake. Recently, on weekend mornings, my parents have been teaching me how to bake things like cookies and muffins. If you follow the directions for a recipe very carefully, you can make many delicious things. It is also important to know that when making things like muffins, you need to put all the wet ingredients in one bowl and all the dry ingredients in another bowl. Then you pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and mix them together. I love baking. It is my new hobby. Lesson 4. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information below. My name is Lisa, and my favorite holiday is Christmas. I like this holiday best because of all the pretty decorations. I spend Christmas with my parents and also sometimes my aunt, uncle, and cousins. It is so fun to open presents on Christmas morning. If I have time, I also like to visit my friends at Christmas. Lesson 5, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Raking leaves. My name is Gordon, and I want to tell you about raking leaves. I don't like doing most chores, but raking leaves is my favorite chore. It is done mostly in the fall, after the leaves have fallen off the trees and are lying in our yard. I use a tool called a rake to gather the leaves into large piles. I often listen to music on my headphones while I am doing this. I find raking both relaxing and satisfying. And the best time to do it is in the early afternoon when the sun is shining on our yard. However, the most fun part comes after the leaves have been raked into piles. Then it is time to jump into the nice, soft piles of leaves. Lesson 6. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information below. My name is Sarah. I feel happy when I am with my friends. But I feel sad when I am lonely. I don't mind when I have a lot of homework, but I don't want to study all the time. I really think it is very important to be kind to people, and I expect people to be kind to me. Lesson 7, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Collecting books. My name is Amy, and I want to tell you about collecting books. I am a bookworm, so I love reading. My favorite stories are mysteries and books about fairies. However, I also really enjoy going to used bookstores on the weekend and searching for rare and unusual books to add to my collection. Sometimes I find old books in great condition that are worth a lot of money. I especially like trying to find a whole series of books written by a particular author. Lesson 8, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Evelyn. I walk with my dog every day, and I read a book in bed every night. Every weekend, I play soccer. In the summer, I often go swimming in the lake, and in the winter, I often go skiing. Lesson 9, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Getting to know your neighbors. My name is Isaac, and I want to talk about getting to know your neighbors. I think it is very important to meet and get to know the people in your neighborhood. Not only can these people become your friends, but they can also help out in emergency situations. For example, you can give your neighbor a spare key to your house, and if you forget or lose your key, they can lend you theirs. Also, if there is a strange person hanging around your neighborhood, you can look out for each other. I often talk to my neighbors in the evenings or weekends when we are not too busy. Lesson 10, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Heather. One of my favorite sounds is the sound of the kettle boiling. I don't mind the sound of dripping water, but I think it is strange. Sometimes I hear an owl hooting outside my house, and I find this scary. People in my house often eat toast in the morning, so the sound of crunching toast is familiar to me in the morning. At night, I sometimes hear dogs barking outside. Lesson 11, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Play dates. My name is Angela, and I want to talk about play dates. This means getting together with a friend at either your house or their house. For example, I invited my friend Violet over to my house last Saturday afternoon. When she came over, my dad made popcorn for us, and we played with my dollhouse in my room. Then, later on, we drew and colored some pictures and hung them on my wall. It was really fun. I like play dates very much because they are a great chance to do different things with different friends. Lesson 12, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Trevor. Something that I think smells really delicious is any kind of baking, but particularly freshly baked cookies. On the other hand, I think the smell of garbage is disgusting. When I am outdoors, I love the fresh smell of a rose, as well as the smell of a campfire. One of my favorite indoor smells is the smell of freshly washed clothes. Lesson 13, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Paying it forward. My name is Darcy, and I want to talk about paying it forward. This means doing something nice for a stranger. For example, when I was in a cafe last week, I bought a hot chocolate. I also bought one for the person who was standing behind me in line. She thanked me very much. Now it is her turn to do something nice for a stranger, and so on. I love the idea of paying it forward because it is a great way of spreading kindness in the world. Doing something nice for someone else also gives you a warm feeling inside. Lesson 14, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Deanna. I love the taste of macaroni. It is one of my favorite foods. I don't mind chocolate, but it tastes very sweet to me, so I don't eat very much of it. I also don't mind cheese, but I think it tastes strange. I absolutely love fried chicken, but it is not healthy. And although pears are healthy, I don't like the taste of them. Lesson 15, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Doing a language exchange. My name is Petra, and I want to talk about doing a language exchange. Last summer, when I was at the local library, I met a girl the same age as me. Her name is Mika, and she is from Japan. Over the summer, we became good friends and decided to teach each other our first languages. Every Saturday morning, we meet for 2 hours. For 1 hour, I teach her English, and for the other hour, she teaches me Japanese. Not only is it really fun, but we also both improve our language skills. If you have ever wanted to learn another language, I recommend doing a language exchange. Lesson 16, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Trish. There are many things that feel very smooth, but one of the most common is a window. Of course, ice feels very cold, and a knife feels very sharp. Many things feel very wet, but I choose water because I drink it every day. Finally, I have to say that I love puppies, and they feel very soft. Lesson 17, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Collecting. My name is Grace, and I want to talk about collecting. I like collecting coins from various countries. I started my collection about 4 years ago. I think it is so interesting to see how coins from various parts of the world differ from one another. I have coins from Canada, the United States, Japan, China, India, France, and many others. My brother Tim likes to collect stamps. He has various types of stamps from many countries. Other things that I know some people like to collect are bottle caps, stickers, fridge magnets, and magazines. Why not start your own unique collection? Lesson 18, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Martin, and I am going to talk about things we can see. There are many things that look very comfortable to me, but if I had to choose just one, I would choose a big, soft bed. I am a little scared of the dark, so something that looks scary to me is an old, dark house. I have many friends, and I really like meeting new people. So, to me, a big party looks like a lot of fun. I also like sports and exercise, but I think mountain climbing looks very difficult. And finally, I have never tried playing hockey, but I think it looks very interesting. Lesson 19, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Recycling. My name is Julia, and I want to talk about recycling. These days, way too much plastic is thrown in the garbage instead of being recycled. When we throw things into the garbage, it ends up in a landfill. This is a huge area that is covered with garbage. If people continue to do this, soon we will run out of space to put garbage. However, if we recycle our plastic bottles and packaging, it can be made into other products and used again. I try to use as little plastic as possible, and when I do use it, I always recycle it. Sometimes on Saturday mornings, I go to the recycling depot in my neighborhood. The people there give me some money for my plastic bottles. Lesson 20, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Joan, and I'm going to talk about positives and negatives, or good things and bad things. For example, I know that I am very good at music, but I waste too much time playing video games. Also, although I am not so good at science, I am improving, which makes me feel good. I have tried painting pictures a few times, but I would like to do it more often because I love it. And finally, something that I haven't tried yet, but would like to, is gymnastics. I think it looks like so much fun. Lesson 21, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. My way of helping the earth. My name is Cole, and I am only one person, but I am doing my part to make the earth a better and cleaner place. Every single day, even on weekends, I pick up at least 5 pieces of garbage outside. On weekends, I do this while I am walking to or from school. On weekends, however, I do it while walking with my dog. The most common type of garbage that I find is chip and chocolate bar wrappers, as well as cardboard boxes for foods such as granola bars, noodles, or donuts. I do this because I believe that everyone can make the world a better place. So think about it. What can you do to make the world a better place? Lesson 22. Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Vanessa, and I'm going to talk about colors. First of all, I have many clothes that are pink, and it is my favorite color. I don't really like blue, but I think it is okay. The color red looks hot, so it makes me think of summer, while white reminds me of snow and winter. Finally, green is a color that I often see outside. It is the color of many plants and trees. Lesson 23, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Don't feed wild animals. My name is Kyler, and I want to talk about why it is not a good idea to feed wild animals. I often see wild animals such as raccoons, squirrels, and deer in my backyard. However, I never feed them because if I do, they will lose their natural fear of people and start coming around my house more often. Also, if you feed wild animals, there is a higher chance that they will become aggressive towards you and may even bite you because they will come to expect food all the time. Wild animals are meant to hunt for their own food. It is fine to look at them from a distance, but don't try to feed them or touch them. Lesson 24. Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Callie, and I want to talk about shapes. Of course, there are so many things that are round, but if I had to choose one thing, I would say a plate because I often eat off a plate and I love food. For a rectangle, I would say a computer screen because I use my computer every day. However, my favorite shape is a triangle because many trees are shaped like a triangle, and I love trees. One of my favorite kinds of food is scrambled egg, and of course, eggs are oval-shaped. If I walk outside, I often see things that are round, such as tree stumps, ponds, and traffic lights. Lesson 25. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Healthy snacks. My name is Flora, and I want to talk about healthy snacks. When I was younger, I used to eat a lot of chocolate and candy. However, I often felt tired and kind of sick. Because of this, my parents introduced me to healthy snacks such as carrot sticks, apple slices, and sunflower seeds. After eating these snacks, I feel good and energetic. I also find it interesting that the more I eat healthy snacks, the less I want to eat unhealthy snacks like candy and chocolate. I eat healthy snacks every day at snack time at school and also after school. And now, instead of eating candy and chocolate every day, I only have a little bit, about once a week. Lesson 26, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Gail, and I'm going to talk about sizes. Of course, there are many things that are bigger than me, such as an airplane. On the other hand, there are many things that are smaller than me, such as a mouse. Trees are really tall, and babies are really short. And, of course, a sea or an ocean is really wide. Lesson 27, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Learning to ride a bicycle. My name is Leah, and last summer I learned how to ride a bicycle. I took lessons every day for a week, but I was disappointed because I still couldn't ride my bicycle. However, my mom and dad helped me every day by pushing the back of my bicycle and helping me balance. Suddenly, yesterday, I was able to ride by myself. I was so happy and excited. Of course, I am still a beginner, and I have to ride in a quiet area where there are no cars and my mom or dad has to watch me at all times. I also can't forget to wear my helmet. Lesson 28, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Charlie, and I want to talk about different activities. An activity that I think is really exciting is playing board games. On weekends, my brother and I sometimes play board games for hours. On the other hand, I usually find watching TV kind of boring. Some of my friends like doing puzzles a lot, but to me, it is just okay. After half an hour or so, I usually want to do something different. I like sports a lot, but I find running to be very tiring. Finally, I really like dancing because it is something I can do with a lot of other people. Lesson 29. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Saving money for something I really want. My name is Ella, and 2 months ago, I started saving my money to buy something I really want. One of my hobbies is painting pictures of animals and other things in nature, such as mountains and lakes. Recently, when I was in an art store with my mom, I saw some oil paints, brushes, and paper that I think are perfect for me. However, they are kind of expensive. My parents give me an allowance every week. So now, instead of spending my money, I am saving it so that I can buy the art supplies that I want. After another 2 months, I should have enough money to buy them. I can't wait. Lesson 30. Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Holly, and I am going to talk about learning. I love reading, and I think reading a lot of books is a great way to learn. However, I find it very hard to learn if I am hungry because then all I can think about is food. Recently, I have been reading about history, and this is something that I would like to learn more about. Of course, I learn a lot of useful things like multiplication in school, but one of the most useful things I have learned was from a friend. She taught me how to tie my shoes.